let's talk about the spinal cord. So, after the brain, we have the spinal cord. And that spinal cord, if you go all the way back to our third lab when we talked about our different vertebrae, the spinal cord is going to be found within that vertebral foramen that we had going in the center of all of our vertebrae. So it is protected by the spine. Here you can see a cadaver image of the spinal cord. Starting right up here, right after the medulla oblongata, we come into our cervical area of our spinal cord. There's an enlargement right around C2, C3, all the way to C7, and that's called the cervical enlargement. It continues down. We have, goes through the thoracic spine area, then we have a lumbar enlargement, and you can see that it ends around L2-ish, L2, L3-ish. So that's actually where the spinal cord is ending. So it kind of starts up here, and it ends around L2. So it's actually, if I were to draw, let me draw over here. So here's my, here's my midbrain, here's my pons, here's my medulla oblongata, and then I have my spinal cord. Whoa, a little lopsided there. Now, I didn't add in the enlargements in my image. So this was all brainstem. And then we have our spinal cord. It's ending around the level of L2. And where it ends, where we have this ending, we call it conus medullaris. See how I kind of made it triangular at the bottom? So this is conus medullaris. But think about it. We still need to have nerves and stuff come up and go down into our lower extremity and past the L2 region. So that is where we get this cauda equina, which is the collection of all of these nerves that come outside of that, or come out of that cone-shaped bottom of the spinal cord. So this collection of those nerves, that is called cauda equina. So let me move conus medullaris over a little bit so that I can draw cauda equina here. Go away. Thank you. All right. There we have our cauda equina. Cauda equina, cauda means tail, and equina means horse, and it kind of looks like a horse tail. So that's the collection of those nerves coming out of that conus medullaris, and those are going to go to our lower extremity. We then also have, like, the spinal cord is just kind of hanging here, and how are we preventing it from just going zoop, kind of like a slinky back up? And that is, we have this thing called filum terminale. You can kind of see it right here. It's this orange is not the color, Rhiannon. Here we go. So it is this, and it actually attaches to that bottom of our sacrum. So it comes down and through, and that is our filum terminale. So that is the general kind of gross anatomy of the spinal cord. The other thing that we have, and we've talked about in other systems, that we need to know kind of what surrounds our systems. And so our connective tissue that surrounds our systems. The connective tissue that surrounds the spinal cord as well as the brain is called our dura. And you'll see in your chart that, is our meninges, which is made up of our dura, arachnoid, and pia mater. So our meninges are our surroundings, so they're kind of surrounding all of these structures. Our thick outermost layer is our dura. Then we have in the middle our arachnoid mater. And then we have our really thin pia mater. And that pia mater is like saran wrap onto our spinal cord. It's really, really thin. And it attaches to the spinal cord via denticulate filaments. And it gets its name denticulate because they kind of look like little teeth that are attaching it. So dura, arachnoid, and pia. So that is the basic overview there. In the next video, we're going to actually take this gross look and we're going to cut the spinal cord in half and look at the inside of the spinal cord and talk about the functionality of the spinal cord when looking at the somatic nervous system.